In this video, I'd like to show you how to create 3 different lines in a book fold. Hi, welcome to Crafted Sweetly. I'm Diana. Thanks so much for being here. In this video, we'll go over the process of creating a book fold that has 3 different lines. So this is all measure, mark, and fold, with the exception of one additional step in here. If you would like a tutorial that shows how to add this into Bukami, which is the software that I use to create patterns, then comment below and I'm happy to do a tutorial on that as well. But this is a pattern that has 3 different lines. And then if you look at the pattern, it has 6 different measurements, which are the 6, like 2, 4, 6 are the measurements that are on this pattern here. So let's get right into it. For this pattern, I started folding a few of the pages, but I wanted to show you what the pattern looks like. So I printed this out. Yes, you can, which should be our motto. Yes, you can do it, no matter how complicated the book fold is. And if you look at the cover page, and I made this pattern using Bukami, but if you look at this portion of the pattern, I have the number of pages, then the book height, which is usually 23 centimeters. It's a multi-line mark and fold, and then there are 2 key things on this pattern, 7.7 and 15.3. Those 2 things are the cut lines. So when you're looking at the pattern, we have, let's go a little farther down here. Well, there's measurement 1, measurement 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is going to be your first word, or the top word, the middle word, and then the bottom word. Once you do those 2 cuts, this is actually a measure, mark, and fold pattern. So the cut just comes into dividing this book into thirds at the points indicated here. So what I did was I got to this one, and I'll show you how I did this fold, which, let's say 11. This is page 11 on here. But I figured out what page I need to start on, and that's what I'm at on the book. The first thing that I do is, just to make sure that I fold everything back to the same distance, I'm using my 180 marker. And for this, I chose to do the deepest point in. If you look at this marker, it does have a 90-degree mark, a 90-degree kind of corner here. So when you do it against the book, when you butt it up against the book, it stops there. So all of the markings are even. Now it is important that your spine is square, is pushed forward, so that this is completely 90 degrees. Put the ruler down. I'm scoring this line right here. And I'm not folding anything right now. I'm just scoring it. And generally I'll do like 20 pages at a time. So I'll mark that 7.7 and 15.3. Now those are cut lines. And then if I look at my pattern, the first 2 means a half fold. Then I've got 8.99 and then 17.7, make sure I'm in the same line, and 20.6. And then I need 8.9 and 9. And then 17.7 and 20.6. Those are my measurements. I'm cutting this all the way up to this score line that I did using the marker. Now these I'm not cutting because those are folds. And then this is the other one that's being cut down to the fold line, which is just a little bit more. Okay. So now this one, if I look at my measurement again, the first section here is a half fold, and then these are actual folds. So this one I'm folding just to the score line, and then this is gonna become a fold, just like if you were pretending this is like a mini book. And I'm gonna fold this so that the point comes in right in line with my marking, and then same with this. Now these are gonna be some tiny folds because you have 3 little mini books here. And I do use the text lines to make sure that my folds are straight. It's not like this or too far this way. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like if you're folding in 3 different sections, because we're doing 3 separate folds. And I'm only on you know, the 9th page or something, the actual fold 2 for the 6th page that I've done. But this is what it looks like. I mean, if I fold it, if I close it, this is the beginning of the C, this is the beginning of the Y right here. And you do want to use a bone folder just to make sure that lines are crisp when you fold them. Okay, so I will do a big section of this and then come back and just kind of revisit what it looks like with the 3 different sections. But really, a pattern like this, you're just gonna think about it as 3 separate folds as you're dividing the book into thirds here. So I'll be back once I do some more pages. At this point, I'm about more than halfway through with this book. And looking at it, you can see the 3 different sections for the 3 different words. And if I look at the cross section this way, I'm doing a measure, mark, and fold in each section. And the reason I'm doing the score line for here, as you can see my score lines here, the reason that's very helpful is that obviously when I have to do just a half fold, as in this case here, or some of these where it's, you know, half fold for this and this because I'm separating the words. That score line will also help in this case when it doesn't have to fold straight there. I'm using this as the guide so that I always fold to the same score line here. Now obviously this doesn't need to go all the way there, but if the fold is bigger, then I always go there so that when I close the book and I'm looking here, this is nice and even up here. So all these are even because I'm always folding up to my score line, which is right there. So you'll notice on, especially where the word starts, because these are little tiny tabs here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add just a dab, like one tiny dot of art glitter glue. So now it looks much cleaner, and I'm gonna do the same thing with these ones here. I'll continue the rest of these pages. So once I'm done, I'll come back and show you the rest of the book. And then once you've completed the folds, this is what it looks like. I do have a couple of additional tabs that I will glue down. And then there you have the Yes You Can. Super easy, but it's really 3 different folds. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to click on that thumbs up button and on the subscribe button to get notifications of future videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next project.